Good morning to all of you. Greetings from the Holy Land. This is Father Jovito. I'm here in front of the Dome of the Rock, and I'll show you the surrounding, and also we are heading to the Dome of the Rock. So God bless you all. Blessings to all of you. Shukran. Adios. Bye. So this is the whole surrounding of the Dome of the Rock. The Grand Mosque is in front of me, and it's a huge one. See, and in front of me the Dome of the Rock is a huge facility. There's a lot of water system here.
Al-Aqsa Mosque is all the area. All the area. That is called the Grand Mosque. It's a mistake that is very common.
What is that
Dome
building?
of the Rock.
That's Dome of the Rock.
So this is the Grand Mosque, Dome of the Rock. So Al-Aqsa Mosque is the whole area. So according to Islam, if you pray here or you pray in the Grand Mosque, it's the same reward. It's the same. It's the meaning of that building is only as a shelter to just shelter people from sun and rain.
This is the Grand Mosque. In front of me is the Dome of the Rock.
Below it is an ancient gate. That gate was discovered by Berkeley, an American so this researcher, this scholar named Berkeley, he discovered this gate. That gate was known by Muslims by the name of al-Burak gate, because they believe Muslim that Prophet Muhammad entered from here, not from this gate, from the gate below, an ancient gate. And then the gate was sealed, locked, and became known as al-Burak Mosque, the mosque of the animal that carries the Prophet to the mountain. So as we said, we have a lot of underneath subterranean vaults that will. That's why the area is covered and level. Here we will jump here. Okay, these, you remember that we talked about the capitals that were used by, the capitals that were used as secondary use by the Muslim. If you look here, here for example, you can find that something is being broken. What is here? This is a basket capital, and here something as medallion was broken. I think that might be a cross here, or a face sculpture. That's why it was broken and reused in Islamic architecture. Furthermore, we can see that clearly. Can see that here were some kind of decoration, because they can't be like nothing. When they do the capital, it should be there won't be a space that empty of decoration. That I think that there were here animals, the faces of animals, and for that capital to comply with Islamic standards in art, there shouldn't any faces of any animal or human. That's why they wiped them out and they used them inside, and they were used inside the mosque for more than 1,300 years, till recently, till the 20th century, when they decided to replace them with new ones. So this and that are Byzantine capitals. But we said that there were Islamic capitals that when they didn't have enough, the Roman capitals, they need to have their own. But inside Palestine there is no limestone, so that
some of the from the gold or the latter up the.
It is a beautiful place up here. Yes. here. So this is the facade of Dome of the Rock.
Considered a mosque. Yes. Why are we allowed to wear shoes?
Because we said that
Look at the view.
as we said.
It's a beautiful place, holy place. This is a huge place up here. Kinda hot, but it's beautiful. The sun comes out. This is the door of the Dome of the Rock. Look at the design, architecture. This is the surrounding place and the design of welcome to the holy place, the Dome of the Rock. This is the door of the rock. Going inside. The arches.
From Istanbul, and the Sultan seal is up there. That is the seal of Sultan Mahmud II, and below it is the inscription that he ordered the governor of Akko. The governor of Akko. You remember that Napoleon was defeated in Akko by Ahmed al-Jazzar. So the one who was involved in defeating Napoleon, his name is inscribed here. That gate is the southern gate. That's, we call it the gate of the Qibla, the gate of direction of prayer. Because from this gate, you can join both directions. If you're looking here inside, you are pointing to the first Qibla, first direction of prayer, the rock. But if you change like this, you're facing Mecca, the second direction of prayer. And here we can see a style of decoration made with marble, not with mosaics. This is called Opus 60, which is one of the finest. This is from the man, look like 600-700 years old. We will turn now to the left to see the dome of the shade. Okay, this place has a nice story. You listen. Hi, my voice is being echoed here. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. See? Shahadu anna la ilaha illallah. So, this is the place. This is the place. What's the story of this place? Actually, you can sit. You are invited to sit. So, we are here in the center of the holy compound. in the epicenter of the mosque. When the Muslim came to the city, you know, in the holy sepulchre, there is a point that is called the center of the universe, the Catholic Amphilis. So this used to be known by the Christian, but before they moved the focus of holiness to the holy sepulchre, where was the holiness in the city? Was here. This is holy from the time of Jesus, from the time of Solomon, from the time of David, from Abraham, from Adam. It's holy. But only after the crucifixion of Jesus, the holy sepulchre became holy. So when the Muslim came, they said, okay, we will come back to the roots. We want to give this place its respect back again, because it was full of rebels and garbage 600 years. So they said, okay, when they built Dome of the Rock was not the center. Why? Because Dome of the Rock, there is a rock. The rock is like going westward. And the center of the holy compound, the whole holy compound is here where I'm standing. If you take the measurements, you find that this is the heart, the center of the holy compound. So they did it like this. They said, if this is the center of the holy compound, okay, that's good. So let's make it the place where the Caliph, the ruler of the Muslim, will be coronated here, so that he will be coronated from the center of the world, because he will control the world. And it was here. al-Malik and all his family were selected as caliphs, and they were welcomed, and they were coronated here. Then when the caliph leaves, who will sit on his position? It is the judge. The judge, he will sit and he will make his court and his face. So, so when the judge sits here, then they want to make it more religious. So they said, who is the famous judge in Islam? And Islam is David. So who's the famous judge? Who's the famous judge? They said David. So Muslims created a story that will link the place to David. It's not a Jewish heritage. It's not in the Jewish legacy. It's only in the Muslim legacy. They said David was here and he was a judge and he was making a court here. So when David was about to die, he made something that would replace him. It was a chain. He said that there will be a virtue, that chain. Whoever says truth, he can catch the chain. Who lies, the chain will run away from his hands. Later on, the people used to come to that point, to the chain for knowing who is telling the truth, who is not. But one day, one Jew, he lent some money to his friend, and the one who took the money, he refused to give it back, and he said, no, you didn't give me any money. They said, okay, let's go to the chain to see who is telling the truth. And the cunning one, the clever guy, he had a staff, and with his staff he hollowed it and put all the money inside. And he came using his staff to walk. Then when they reached the chain, the one who was lending the money, he said, I gave him 99 dinar, golden dinar, and he managed to catch the chain. Then the other one with his staff, he said, can you please take the staff for me so that I can make the oath? Then he said, I promise that I gave him his money. And he managed to catch the chain at the same time. So the chain was in distress. I didn't know what to do. So it was taken up and it was lifted and not anymore on the chain. So that legend from Islamic roots shows the respect of David, that David was the highest authority in Islam as a judge, and that the Muslims are keeping or continuing the legacy of David. That's why the verse of the Quran here mentions David. And then below it is the name of Suleiman. Notice that Suleiman, the Magnificent, is the son. Suleiman is the son of David. Solomon is the son of David. And Suleiman, who built the dome, who actually not built the dome, he decorated with the tiles. His name similar to the Solomon. In another place, which is a fountain, on the inscription it's written that Suleiman called himself the second Suleiman in controlling the world. Because the first Suleiman who ruled the world is Solomon, King Solomon. The second Solomon who ruled the world is Suleiman the Magnificent. So it shows you that the Muslim looked at the legacy of the sons of Israel as continuation, as a part of the Islam. It's not separate. It doesn't contradict, but they are following the same steps. Here, notice that all that tiles, all that faience, it's the Ottoman that were brought here by the 16th century. Before that, it was all covered with mosaics. We can see part of the remaining mosaics cover only here. Look below the arch. We see some of remaining of the mosaics, but this is very simple mosaics. Inside, it's much elaborated and much nicer mosaics. But this is because that area is hidden from sun and water. That's why it was preserved. Imagine that all that was mosaics, but it was in a bad shape and they were obliged to change it. Yeah, the Ottomans in the 16th century, 20 by 17. This is the space of the prayer hall. Inside the prayer hall there is two columns like this, very huge. This is not a one column. This is made from parts, but inside there is a very huge one from one stone. Now it's a prayer hall. The Muslim can go and pray, but the Israeli police are not allowing them to bring anything inside, not to clean it, not to maintain the place inside. It is the Golden Gate. Why it's called the Golden Gate? Why it's called the Gate of Mercy? What's the difference? In Christian tradition, that this used to be the beautiful gate, but when they translated from Greek to Latin, they mistakenly convert the name to Golden Gate. But it is in the time of the Greek, it used to be named as the Beautiful Gate, not the Golden Gate. The Beautiful Gate. In Islam, the Muslims said there is a verse in the Quran that says that at the day of judgment, they're gonna be a valley of hellfire, which is down below. And the people who manage to cross the valley of hellfire and cross the gate of mercy, they will come to the heaven That's why we said this is a place of congregation, this is a place of judgment, and the place of the people when they gonna be resurrected, and they will be a session and a court for the people here in Jerusalem. So the people, the lucky people are the one who managed to cross the gate of mercy, and he will be in heaven, which means the holy place. The wrongdoers will remain in the hellfire valley down below, where we call it the Kidron Valley, also the one that below the eastern wall of Jerusalem. Okay.